running.
Yeah, it's running. So the idea behind the video is to make sure we record a conversation, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we record a conversation and we see if there are people out there who get interested in the conversation. And the conversation is all about that we've been discussing, right?
Yeah.
That there are so many gurus, spiritual gurus, motivational gurus, self-help gurus, where the stress is on individuals to be happy. This is the way to be happy, this is the way to be successful, this is the way to be spiritual, this is the way to be successful and reach your true self, etc., etc. Now, because you come from the field as a practicing clinical psychiatrist,
Yeah.
and me coming from a background from the commercial side and all of that, I think that this is a good approach to record the conversation and engage with people. So, we are engaging with people and saying, look, this is what we are thinking of the subject matter. And let's see what people think.
Absolutely, I agree.
So what we'll do is, because we will have a limit of 14 minutes, because we'll post it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we'll keep watching, and we're doing this on a phone anyway.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So we'll keep watching that. We have that 14-minute mark, and if our discussion keeps going more than 14 minutes, then what we'll do is we will record into a different episode, if you could do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's interesting that we introduce it this way, Sanjeev, because I know we have access to very sophisticated video recording technology and all the other fancy things, but we want to keep it as real and raw as possible. And like we said, if we probably had our children here, they would have recorded it much better than we would have read it. But then that is not the idea, and it has to be real, authentic, and connecting, and I think I totally agree with you, because there are loads of conversations happening around this subject. And if we can share this with the wider world using a very simple device, this would encourage people who just have a phone to do the same, and we form a community. And this could be as simple as it gets. And as we know, simple ideas really work.
Yeah.
So I'm very pleased that we were trying to do this. And I must say that when I was trying to tell this to one of my very accomplished, colleague, she laughed at this. She said, "Like, you guys must be mad." Two very accomplished professionals, on a Wednesday afternoon, sitting in a sofa, trying to shoot something like teenage girls using their phones. But I thought, no, this is a serious business. This is a serious business.
Yeah.
People would pay. This, Sanjeev, as well as I do. People would pay $12 to to meet us, and we have long waiting lists and all of that. But that's not the point. That's not the point. At the end of the day, we're human. And when we strip off everything that is surrounding us, we're nothing basically. And we're starting with that. And one of the things I think I remember very distinctly, we picking up on our first conversation, is about the connectedness. A lot of people feel very lonely. They may have a lot of material wealth, power, success as defined by the world, be in relationships, but no meaning. Feeling disconnected with self and others. And I think that could be, one of the main, subjects we could pick up on today, if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
And as you said, the idea is to develop the conversation, put it out there, invite comments, keep it real, raw. We could do all sorts of professional fancy things, but there's no point in that, And as I said, we're not trying to sell anything here, so we don't have to present it in a certain way.
This is the point that I was going to make.
Exactly.
All of these, I see on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and all of that, you have a very polished image of a professional.
Absolutely.
Who is coming out as he has control, or he or she has control over the future, he or she has control over journey. They have all things planned and everything is fancy. But when you start to dig deeper and when you start to do research on these individuals, you start to realize it's a make believe. It's a mask.
Yeah.
It's social media at work. People are talking about how you can be good at being your profession, good at relationship. So you have relationship advisors, you have spiritual advisors, you have people telling you how you can succeed and why you are not succeeding. So self-help has become a big business. And this is the problem. Because it has become a business, there is a big push. And you see that in your profession, that a lot of people come to you, and that's what we've been discussing so many times in Nando's and Starbucks. And this is one of the reasons why we thought, look, let's just record this conversation and let's put it out there. So, going back to what I was saying, you see in your own profession that people are coming to you and they've gone through a list of these self-help gurus, the self-help book. So they feel for a moment, and I think, by the way, we should research it for how long do they feel good after going to the self-help gurus and reading the self-help books. None of their problems are getting solved in the long run.
No.
And I guess that's true for most of your people who come and try to get you to look inside their mind to see why they're struggling, even though they spend hours of time and money going through all of these self-help books, but they arrive at the same place. So obviously the product is not helping people, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
The product isn't helping people, but there is a continuous push that there is every day, I think, and we were talking about another book that you that our tripod is standing on, and we don't want to name names, but you have this book of a gentleman who had the stress busting ideas, and this is the thing, everybody is claiming to have solved the problem. But if you look at it from a scientific angle, they are not really solving a problem. They're just making a complicated answer, putting a complicated, or conceiving a very complicated answer to a solution that they don't understand themselves.
Absolutely.
Right?
I agree.
So this is where I think we should keep it an open conversation.
Yeah.
We see how people interact.
Yeah.
No agenda, obviously, because the idea is not to start to tell people, okay, buy our book, because we are not the gurus or the spiritual gurus.
Absolutely.
The whole point is to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Get people who hopefully are thinking the same way.
Yeah.
And we hope people are thinking the same way, that this self-help industry, I mean, it is becoming an industry anyway.
Huge industry.
So, it'll be good to talk about some of the experience that you've had when dealing with some of the people who have come to you.
Yeah.
And, they've gone through all the self-help stuff and they're looking for solutions. So,
absolutely. But I think there are two things that come to mind, keeping in line with the theme that, we've chosen. Like you rightly said about connecting conversations.
Yeah.
When we've read about the solution being within rather than searching for it outside. But the way to access it is through conversation, to be able to talk about it and connect with self. That's very important, which the self-help industry may not fully grasp as an idea. So they might give you some tools, but many times they also get you into a state of mind, where you're in awe of the presenter. So there's a bit of a show element there. And the awe feeling gives you a good feeling. When you go to a concert, go to a football match or whatever, it gets a good feeling. But then once you finish that, you're back to reality, and then you have to deal with the daily grind. So nothing has fundamentally changed in you apart from you having a little high when you're going through that moment, when you're in a retreat, or in the midst of people who are listening to a motivational speaker. So the training aspect doesn't happen. It's like you watching a nice YouTube video of a world-class swimmer and then thinking that you could swim. That ain't going to happen. So a lot of people come with disappointments. Some people say, okay, I've seen the video, I feel good about it, and they may forget it. And then see another video because they are feeling a little bit low. But some people say, I should be a world-class swimmer, but I'm not. Something's wrong with me. They get into a conflict. And many times, Sanjeev, this very well, that the world around us has set some standards for us. You have to be this, you have to be that. If you didn't do this, that means you failed, or whatever, right?
True.
And now, I've seen this world-class swimmer performing his feat. And I'm thinking, I got to be like him. Look at his stroke. Let me try it tomorrow in my pool. It doesn't work. That guy has done it out of experience. So what is very important is, a system, a routine, a program where people can be then put through that process where they can achieve what is that they want to achieve. It's a continuous process. So a little bit of self-help here and there may trigger interest, but following it through is very important. And I'm sure, in the following videos, what we'll pick up is, we'll both have a lot of people that we deal with, particularly I see a lot of young people, who are hungry for success. They may not probably fully understand their emotional capital or quotient or intelligence, as you call it. And, sometimes they fall off the cliff. That's one group of people. I see a lot of young, women particularly, they have several pressures in the society, demands on their time, but then they want to, do well in their career, their education. So, that's another group of people. Young children, they're under enormous pressure, a lot of peer pressure, and parental pressure. Sometimes parents have unrealistic expectations for them, or the way we approach them. So we can, I think, pick up.
I think let's do that. Let's do that in the next video, because I think we have reached about 12-13 minutes.
I think
we'll just continue this conversation if you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
In the next video.
Absolutely.
So that could be the part 2 of the video.
Absolutely. So we could call this as a connecting conversation series.
I mean, the whole point is to have a conversation, record it. It's an idea.
Absolutely.
I mean, let's see
how it goes.
People.
And as I say, we don't necessarily address the audience. It is just inviting them to share that.
Absolutely.
So we just talk to ourselves.
So let's
pause it.
move on
Let's pause
to
it. Let's pause it. Yes, stop it.